Hey guys, Jarrell here, back with more reactions to Fringe. We're now on to episode 6 of season 3. Now then, the previous episode, which was over there, had Olivia questioning still in her own mind by seeing visions of Peter whether she belongs here or whether she belongs over there. They'd started the experiments with her. The first successful attempt, she actually told Walton that she'd went somewhere, and then when she went back in the tank the second time, because she's starting to listen to this voice and vision of Peter more and more telling her that she doesn't belong here, they noticed the chemical in her brain. I think they now probably have what they need. And then she spoke to Ella while she was over on this side because she'd remembered that it was her birthday. Then when they dragged her out of the tank and Walton had asked her what she saw, where did she go, and she gave him the big blank of I didn't go anywhere, it was just total darkness, and we saw that look on Walton's face. He knows she's lying, he knows she went somewhere. I think they already have what they need. He's either going to stop the experiments or he's no longer got any need for our Olivia anymore. So I think it's getting pretty dangerous now for her to still stick around. She's got to figure out a way before they shut all this down for her to get home. I don't know if this episode's going to be over there. We'll just have to go find out. So let's go watch episode 6.
Maintain a bearing of 358. I've hung a lantern out for you.
Is that music?
Jen, you seriously not coming?
Dude, when I crack this thing, they are gonna write books about me.
12, 34, 17, 9, 16, 8, 32, 26, 27.
Oh.
12, 8, 21, 16.
So 15 people all up and down the Eastern Seaboard all suffered from retrograde amnesia at the same time?
Around
there we go.
10:45 p.m.
Collective memory loss. It's a new one for the medical books.
According to the Pentagon, the victims were all using shortwave radios. Her husband said he left her alone for roughly 3 minutes. In that time, she forgot all details about her life, including her name. The DOD is concerned this could be a test run for a potential terror attack.
But listening to what they recorded last night could cause us to forget why we wanted to listen in the first place. Einstein.
As far as anyone knows, they're artificially generated voices reading streams of random numbers in a wide variety of languages.
Why?
The Department of Defense hired us to investigate them. The problem is, no one has been able to find proof to support any theory at all, so at the moment, they remain unexplained.
But the number broadcasts have never caused amnesia before.
Not to the best of our knowledge. We need to know what we're dealing with.
Except Walter doesn't agree. He won't help. He keeps setting up roadblocks for Peter. You know, you two go back a long way. Maybe you could talk to him.
But you're not having any luck?
Oh, I haven't tried.
But that's not like you.
No, it isn't.
You're usually more direct with Walter.
Ooh. How is it floating?
So do you think that this was the source of last night's number broadcast?
This is definitely wired to output a transmission.
Nice.
It's impossible to do microelectronics with gloves on.
Yes,
Let's
it
take
is.
this to Dr. Bishop.
Still don't know where the numbers are coming from, but I suspect that the device that Agent Dunham found is the source of the pulse.
Okay, but who would do this, and why give these people amnesia?
Because they cracked the code. Or they came damn close to figuring out what number stations are.
I don't recognize that man who was out there.
Wow, this has wrecked her life.
I look at the pictures everywhere, and I see myself in them, but I don't know them.
Walter, are you all right?
I know what it's like.
Yeah.
What this woman's going through, I lived it. To not recognize your life. It's awful.
He's working on another one. That's funky. It sounds like an ultrasound.
Everything that I know about the physics of electricity says that this device shouldn't work at all.
Walter, I know that you're angry right now, and I get it. I cannot make heads or tails of this code. It's immense. It's not even just one code. The numbers are a code. The time between the numbers is a code.
I banged my head on that wall for 5 years and gave up. Stamp collecting. Now there's a hobby with dividends.
Well, all the people who listened to the last 2 number broadcasts have had their memories wiped.
They say when Marconi invented the radio, the first thing he heard was the numbers. Like they were floating around in space just waiting for someone to listen.
You're trying to tell me that Marconi picked up a transmission before humans invented the technology to send one?
Creepy, right?
Very creepy.
You're holding one of the last copies.
And this will tell us what the numbers mean?
No, but it'll tell you where they came from. Or one theory, at least.
Peter's doing is different. He's bent on pursuing something, despite the great risks it poses to his well-being.
You can't create a vaccine without working with the virus.
No. If he continues to investigate...
Yes, well, he will continue to investigate, whether you like it or not.
Then he will play right into Waltonet's hands.
What do you mean?
If only one world can survive, then it stands to reason that Waltonet will use Peter to ensure that it's his world that does.
Even if you're right about Waltonet's plan, I mean, you don't know if he'll succeed. And given the stakes, well, Peter needs your guidance more than ever.
They were apparently very technologically advanced. They discovered the vacuum.
The vacuum cleaner?
No. The vacuum as in the source of all creation and destruction.
Interesting.
Wow.
This book is useless. There's nothing here. The numbers on the first broadcast.
34, 17, 9, 15, and 8, 42, 40. Yeah.
The numbers of the first broadcast correspond exactly with the numbers in this book. They match the numbers of this calendar exactly.
I never thought I'd say this, but I think Markham's right.
Vanished without a trace? It's absurd.
Why should we be so arrogant as to assume that we're the first Homo sapiens to walk the Earth? History is full of extinction events. Climate change, meteorites, Atlantis.
Atlantis? Peter, come on, help me out here.
I don't know what I believe yet. All I know is that the numbers in their calendar correspond with the numbers of the first broadcast. That can't just be a coincidence. Let's say that these first people did create this mechanism, and then somehow translate it into a code.
And now someone is wiping people's memories to keep the code a secret?
Not so surprising. It's the key to the universe.
This transistor is newer than the rest of them. Somebody must have replaced it. It's Polish, and it's military grade. There's only a couple places that are licensed to sell parts like that, and they're all regulated.
She knows.
Which means that you have to give a verified address to buy one.
No, I simply meant that to break the code, you would have to think like they did, and they lived millions and millions of years ago. I mean, for one thing, look at their concept of time. 9 days in a month. If you're not going to eat those chips, may I? What happened?
I love it when he does that. It's like, what happened?
Here, read me this calendar. How many days are in each month?
What are you thinking, Watson?
That maybe what we're missing is a cipher matrix. Our decoder ring.
Who are these people?
Like you're sloppy.
Clever.
Jeopardize the mission.
I'm supposed to upload another pulse tomorrow.
I think you've done enough. We've got their attention. There's no need to hurt any more innocent people.
For what?
What do they say on this side? All's fair in love and war?
Dunham.
We've got an address on the suspect. Joseph Feller, 989 Nelson Street, Bedford.
So do you.
Okay, I'm on my way.
Olivia's already here.
Oh shit, she's throwing him out the friggin' window. Jesus. Yes.
It's a shapeshifter.
I had a feeling it would be. I'm starting to get the hang of this. No.
Dunham.
I think I cracked the code. I know what number stations are. It's a coordinate system. These numbers indicate locations. Latitude and
longitude and latitude,
35
yeah.
degrees and 40 minutes south by 58 degrees and 40 minutes west. It's just outside Buenos Aires, Argentina.
If this message is millions of years old, then we're likely talking about something buried beneath the earth.
We got something.
Here we go. What are we supposed to find? Oh, I'm stupid. I know what it is.
Donna.
Just identified the last coordinates. Milton, Massachusetts. The house where the first piece of Alternate's machine was buried.
Of course.
There are 37 more locations.
It seems we have work to do. We'll have to recover the pieces, assemble it, and figure out how it works.
That's why you're here.
The secretary's decided to postpone today's procedure.
So when do you want me to come in?
It may not be necessary. We'll let you know.
You have to get out of here.
That's what I said was going to happen.
You know why they canceled the last test, don't you?
Yeah.
Whatever they needed from you, they have it now.
Mm-hmm.
It's not safe for you here anymore.
You gotta go.
You have to go home.
Right, that was actually not only a pretty good episode, that was a very important, pivotal episode, because until towards the end of it, I wasn't actually sure why it was such a pivotal episode. But it's turned out that is one of the main reasons that Olivia is here. This is her main mission. That's what all this was about. I was always wondering why we found that one piece of the machine over here 2 or 3 episodes ago, when those guys found it under the house, and now it ties in. So all these number stations were for them to be able to eventually locate this book of the first people, which once you decipher and decode the numbering system and everything from the book, tells you all the locations of the device. So what that tells me is, on the other side, they figured this out a long time ago on their side and located all the pieces of this device machine, and they built it. So it was Walton's idea to send their Olivia over here to get our team to do the same thing. Why? Is he just after this device to see if the one on our side works because his doesn't? Or specific pieces of it because he was trying to get Peter to see if he could get the device working, and because that failed and Peter came back here, and we all know what happened with those few episodes, he's put this plan into action for them over here to put all of this device together and be working on it over here. But that was so cleverly written and put together. They obviously had the idea of this right from the beginning as to that's where they were going with this. Damn, that's a complicated storyline. And it's called, what they say, it's called the vacuum or something? And it's capable of creating and destroying the universe simultaneously. I have no idea what that means or what the implications of that mean. All we know is Peter seems to be the one that can activate the damn thing, because that's what it shows in that drawing. But I knew about 15-20 minutes into that episode that Olivia was pivotal to this, with this guy that was doing these little cube things, because she was giving it away with her looks on screen. Even so much when when Broyles was dusting that first one for Prince, you could see she was like, oh shit, he's gonna find out who's... You could see it in her face. Her time here now is limited for 2 reasons. She's approaching the point where her cover is getting close to being blown. And, as we've just got at the end of the episode now, like I said at the beginning of this video as a recap, I don't think it's going to be long before our Olivia over there is going to run out of time, because I think Walter now has what he needs from her from those experiments when we saw on the screen that he figured out what the chemicals were that were being generated in her hippocampus when we saw it on the monitor. He now has it. Is either going to just get rid of her, or he's going to suspend the experiment so that she can't vanish and figure out a way to get home. And lo and behold, right at the end of the episode, she gets the phone call. We're going to suspend the experiments for now. We'll let you know. We all know what "we'll let you know" means. That means, yeah, we don't need you anymore. It's the stop, the cancelled. How the hell is she going to get home? What we really need now in the next episode is it back over there, and for Olivia to find a way to get home, because she has now completely run out of time. And if hopefully she can somehow find a way to do that, it will blow the other Olivia's cover over here at the same time. I think it's going to be the only way they're going to find out, because like I said, we've gotten 6 episodes in, and there are little discrepancies creeping in that each one, Peter's noticing a few. Even Nina noticed it in this episode when she mentioned, why haven't you talked to Walter about this? You're usually more forthright, you're usually more demanding with Walter. And you haven't even spoken to him, so she's noticing it. But it's not enough. They are excusing it in their own minds because it seems ridiculous that it could be anything else. So I think the only way they're going to know that they've got a spy and an intruder in their midst is as if literally the other Olivia walks through the door and goes, "She's an imposter." I don't know, I might be right, I might be wrong, no idea. But that's what we need in the next episode, please, because it's getting incredibly more frustrating as each episode goes by, watching their Olivia on our side interfere with investigations, and especially now we know her main interference has been for them to find this book and this millions of year old number code to find the locations of all these buried pieces of the device to build it. What I want to know is, what the hell is phase 2? So she clearly hasn't done it. We need to stop her before whatever phase 2 gets going. Please. Right. I think that will do for now. And we'll be back with episode 7 in a few days time, guys. So if you enjoyed that, please let me know down in the comments. Don't forget to turn notifications on, hit the like, and please subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and I will see you for the next one very soon. Till then, guys, thanks very much for watching. Take care.